Studying the infinite number pi with Yehoshua. Today is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, and today's number, it's also the 13th day of Kislev, 5786. Today's number is 103, and some amazing results came from 103, and it correlated many ideas that cross the language barrier. What I mean by that is, when I use gematrias, they work for English and Hebrew. And it takes an English phrase, and if you think about what that phrase means, and then you count up the letters, and then you get a result. You'll get a numerical result. And there are many ciphers in which you can apply this phrase to. You can put it in English ordinal, you can put it in English extended, you can put it in reduced, reduction, reversed, Francis Bacon, Fibonacci, Chaldean, septenary, prime number, square number. There are 36 ciphers just for the English, and there are 18 ciphers for Hebrew. So, with all these different ciphers, many choices result in any given statement. So, today, the number is 103 because, let's just take the statement, for example, Bitcoin Cash. It's a cryptocurrency called Bitcoin Cash, and in regular English gematria, it has a numerical value of 103. And let's see here. 103 equals the word mincha in Hebrew. Mem nun ches he equals 103. What does Bitcoin Cash have to do with mincha? Well, as it so happens, in my crypto system, there are basically 5 coins that I'm using altogether. Even though there's hundreds, there's thousands of coins out there now. Meme coins, all kinds of, there's thousands of them today. But for me, my trading, I say trading, even though I'm not trading that much, I'm just doing the code part of it, the computer code part of it. My trading system is based on just 5 coins. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, and Litecoin. 5. That's it. And the middle, if you heard that count, you might have noticed that the middle one was Bitcoin Cash. Well, Bitcoin Cash is equal to 103, which equals mincha. And Bitcoin Cash is the middle coin of the week. It's traded on Wednesday. It's dealt with on Wednesday. When I would buy crypto I bought it every Wednesday. It was a year and a half when I started crypto that I was not allowed. I say not allowed to because I can't explain in any other way than the only time I could buy or sell crypto was on a Wednesday. That's it. It was like this invisible, unseen protocol, and I knew that I couldn't buy or sell unless it was Wednesday. And that's what I did for about 18 months, starting from, say, June of 2019 up until January of 21, around there. I only would trade, buy and sell on Wednesday. And Wednesday is the middle of the week. But mincha is the middle prayer of the prayer day. Okay? But who established, if you know a little bit about Judaism, you'll realize that, you'll know that the different the avot, the patriarchs, each one was associated with a different prayer of the day. Abraham, Avraham, with Shacharit, the morning prayer. Yitzchak, Mincha, the middle prayer, and Yaakov, Jacob, the evening prayer. Well, Yitzchak is said to associate Mincha, but Yitzchak is the middle father also. So if you spell out the word Yitzchak in English gematria, meaning like A is 1, B is 2, Yitzchak, Y-I-T-Z-C-H-A-K equals 103. That's fascinating when you think about he made Mincha, and Mincha in Hebrew equals 103. But it gets even better. I found some incredible things today. And I'm trying to expand this method, is that many more phrases that mean things. If I said Yitzchak is in the middle, and I applied the single reduction gematria cipher, and I can show you the cipher, and they're posted if you have Gematrinator. I think today you have to pay for it actually. It's about $15 a month, $15.50. I've been paying it for well over a year now, maybe 2 years. And they have an incredible website where they have all these ciphers, and they have the calculators, and they have tremendous amount of resources for gematria in English, Hebrew, and Greek. It's all on one website. I think it's one of the best out there. I've seen several of them. I like Gematrinator the best. But in a single reduction gematria, that's when you reduce all the letters to just single digits. You get 103, and you apply this statement. Yitzchak is in the middle. He is in the middle. He's the middle of the forefathers. His prayer was in the middle of the day. But in Hebrew, Mincha equals 103. And in English, reduction, single gematria, Yitzchak in the middle equals 103. But guess what? It gets better. In full reduction gematria, Bitcoin Cash is the middle. Yitzchak is the middle is in single reduction, but in full reduction, Bitcoin Cash is the middle. It's also 103. It gets a little better. Wednesday is the center, not the middle. Center means the same thing, pretty much. Wednesday is the center, has a numerical value of 103 in Jewish reduction gematria. Okay? I think you get the idea of what's going on. You get these statements that mean things, and you apply them to a mathematical conversion, and whatever result you get, you have them match, and it's amazing how many statements can be chained up like that, linked up in that way. So that's it. So that's 103. There's many more things. I think Amnon Yitzchak came up today, some variation of his name. One cipher is in Hebrew, a certain kind of Hebrew gematria. It's also 103. But anyway, so with that, I apply these gematriatic findings, and when I write a string of ideas, I'll give you an example of what I did for a string. I'll do a Bitcoin, let's say. Bitcoin equals 72. In English, the English ordinal is the gold standard by far. It's the gold standard. It means A equals 1, B equals 2, ordinally all the way until Z. There's 26 letters in the English alphabet. Z equals 26, A equals 1, B equals 2. If you do that, there are so many amazing correlations. I don't think most people are aware of it. I mean, if you do that, lock equals key, Y equals because. It's like so many words are connected to each other in this cipher. So that's why I call it the gold standard. So generally, if I write a line of code, and I write whatever, the chemical element of mercury is 80. I write it all in letters, let's say. Then the atomic number of the chemical element mercury, Hg, is 80. I write it all in letters, and then I get a result. And I don't write in anything, then you just assume that it's English gematria. So anyway, I apply these things to what I call the infinity pi matrix. This is my study of pi, where I've memorized the digits, but in a special way. It's like 314 is its own what I call word, and then each word has 3 letters. So the first word of pi is 314, and the first word has 3 letters, which is 3 is the first letter, 1 is the second letter, and 4 is the third letter. It's switching up the terminologies between numbers and words, and it's making them into the same thing. Like, how do you spell the third word of the IPM, the Infinity Pi Matrix? You spell it 265. So now I'm seeing 265 as a word. It's the word, it's the third word of pi, and its 3 letters are 265. It's amazing when you apply this way of thinking. So, because of 103 today, 103 is in the 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, is in the 35th word, of pi, and it's the first letter of the 35th word. Okay? So you can get your pi printout and check it out. I've gone up to 600, I've gone up to 624, so 103 should be a slice of pie. I was going to say a piece of cake, but I think it's more appropriate to say a slice of pie. 3. Oh, by the way, I start counting from the 3. Some people start from the 1. I count from the 3. But when you understand the words of pi in terms of words, it doesn't matter if you start from 3 or 1, because you'll always be right there. You'll always just be 1 off. And when I'm talking to someone, let's say they happen to count it from the 1, so then I can see what they're saying. It won't be so off. Okay. But just for statistical and legal purposes, to say this is the 103rd digit, there has to be some definition, right? So my definition is that I personally start from the 3. 3 is the first, 1 is the second, 4 is the third, etc. Okay? 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 5, 3, 5, 8, 9, 7, 9, 3, 2, 3, 8, 4, 6, 2, 6, 4, 3, 3, 8, 3, 2, 7, 9, 5, 0, 2, 8, 8, 4, 1, 9, 7, 1, 6, 9, 3, 9, 9, 3, 7, 5, 1, 0, 5, 8, 2, 0, 9, 7, 4, 9, 4, 4, 5, 9, 2, 3, 0, 7, 8, 1, 6, 4, 0, 6, 2, 8, 6, 2, 0, 8, 9, 9, 8, 6, 2, 8, 0, 3, 4, 8, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1, 1, 7, 0, 6, 7, 9, 8, 2, right there. That is the 103rd letter, or the 103rd number of pi. Digit in pi. The letter is a digit. But if I was counting from the 1, it would be 1, 2, 1. So there you have it. 103 digits of pi for today.